Hey guys, so a remake, a live action hybrid remake, no one asked for, no one wanted. Also, Lady and the Tramp is getting a live action remake, and me with my big brain said, make way for the Aristodogs. It's like live action movies are just getting out of hand. Disney's just going through their old library. I mean, well, let's see, let's remake this. You want to know the one movie that's not going to be a live action remake with diversity, with a race swap? Tarzan. It's become a meme at this point. Um, you have that on, you'll see it on here or on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, pretty much anywhere. It's like, go ahead, Disney, go ahead, remake Tarzan, with a black man being raised in the jungle by a bunch of gorillas. They're not gonna do it. They'll make like Jane black or Clayton black, and they'd probably make Tarzan gay or something. And then he probably has hots for Clayton until he realizes that Clayton is a jerk, and then he's all like, "Not Clayton, ooh, ooh, ah, not Clayton." Kingdom Hearts reference. If anything about that annoying world sticks out, it's that one line for some reason. That whole deep jungle in Kingdom Hearts, the original Kingdom Hearts, it's such a forgettable world. I mean, there's that part where you're like sliding down the not stumps, but like the wood area, and you're like these little like acorn nut things there, and you get sort of get smacked by trees, if you don't jump over them or hit them with a keyblade. Um, it's such a forgettable world, but Clayton was such an over the top, not really over the top, but the way he spoke, gorillas. He's like, I'm going to talk to the gorillas. I just want to shoot them. And then you hear the shot, and then I think it's right before the final battle. And that's why you remember it so much, because the boss was kind of annoying. He's like on this giant invisible chameleon at first, not at first. I think no, you fight him normally first, and then once you get him the first time, he jumps on this giant invisible chameleon, and then you just see him like riding around like this, and he's like, "Poof." But uh, yeah, you guys, Sora and Tarzan, all of them show up, and Tarzan's like, "Not Clayton, ooh, ooh, ah, not Clayton," and you just remember it because it just sticks out. Um, but yeah, you're never gonna see a remake of Tarzan. Like I said, if they make a remake, Jane will be black, and that would probably be it. Because I don't think they would make Clayton black, because that'd be a black stereotype apparently. Like, oh, you give the black man the gun, you know. So they're not gonna make Tarzan black, and they're not gonna make Clayton black, and Jane would be the only one who would be black then. But I think they'd probably make Tarzan gay or non-binary or something. I don't know. But the Aristocats, the Aristodogs, the Aristofish. But and this is not even the worst of it. Like I said, Lady and the Tramp is getting a live action remake. Can't wait for that awkward spaghetti scene. It's in the original, it's so charming. It really is. They got they're like, they're but now it's just gonna be awkward because it's gonna be like weird, awkward CGI. And you saw how weird it looked in The Lion King. Like there was no expressions at all in their faces. Original Simba was so animated because he was actually animated. And they were acting almost like cats don't have any expressions. Cats have a variety of expressions. But the what was it, wildebeest or whatever, in the with the stampede, and Simba's just like, there's no expression on his face. It's so in this charming moment where they both have this reaction of, oh, it's just gonna be like these blank stares at each other. It's just gonna be awkward. Um, But the Aristocats really didn't have much of a thing going on. Why? The Aristocats barely even had a plot. It's basically just a bunch of random scenes of dancing cats with little to no story surrounding it. Don't forget the cringy racism. The Siamese cats. Wait, what's your opinion? There, we got Aladdin, The Jungle Book. Yeah, notice no race swapping with Jungle Book. But if, because, you know, Neverland, yep. Race swap. Cinderella, no one liked it. Lion King, no one liked it. Little Mermaid, no one's gonna like it. Lady and the Tramp, no one's gonna like it. Mulan, I think people it like may have liked it, but then knowing where some of it was filmed and the people that Disney was thanking, and yeah, that kind of killed that. Um, oh, my cat can audition. Oh, that's so sweet. Hold up, let him cook. And then there's this. Ryan Coogler is developing a new X-Files series with a diverse cast. Cue the internet about to be afraid of including people of color when the show looked like this. And I said, my big brain again, you the idiots on the internet like you who are trying to divert all criticism instead of just accepting that people are tired of soulless reboots and remakes. How about something original? Uh-huh. Rex. Or, hear me out, Ryan Coogler, continue the series, work with the series creator Chris Carter, keep the original cast, and have them pass the torch to a new diverse cast. Yeah, but we're probably going to have like a Black Mulder and Black Scully, or a Black Mulder and a Latina Scully, or they're both going to be trans. I don't know. Why not call it something else? Yeah, there we go. Mulder and Scully. Oh, wait. Just seeing those suits. God, imagine if they were to do a Breaking Bad reboot with a diverse cast. It's like, come here. Come here. Get out of here. But yeah, again, no, it's the same thing. No one's asking for a remake of X-Files. No one. I mean, go down the street, walk down the street, go to shopping centers, go to the mall, go to church, go to wherever. Do you really hear people clamoring for a X-Files reboot? No, I don't think so. The original was a classic, but that's exactly why these freaking idiots are doing this. Because it's like, you guys remember how awesome these original series was, right? And they're just preying on that nostalgia. That's why Disney keeps doing what they're doing, because they're preying on the people and their nostalgia. Like, oh my God, I love that movie when I was a kid. That's why I said in the video I did, why the Mario movie has it right. They're perfect marketing. Criticism is being handled perfectly. They're not telling anyone to go screw themselves or it's not for you. And they're making a movie that, it's not really, it's kind of preying on nostalgia, but it's going to be doing it right. If you want people to feel nostalgic, you want them to feel nostalgic for the right reasons, and you don't want to just like bait and switch. Like, ooh, you see this movie? You remember this movie when you were a kid? And then you go see it. It's like a completely different version. It's like, what happened? Why? What happened to it? It's like they base you in with all this pretty CGI, but then the movie sucks. It's like, oh yeah, the Little Mermaid, and then all of a sudden, Sebastian looks hideous. Flounder looks hideous. Ariel's black for whatever reason. King Triton is still white though. I would assume they made him black because we can't have a ruler under the sea who's white. Um, but the Mario movie definitely looks like they're doing it the right way. You know, people have wanted another Mario movie. People wanted Zelda movies still, but they're like, we're not going to touch that. We're not going to touch it. I mean, I heard rumors that there was like a Netflix series, Zelda Netflix series, but I don't think a Zelda one would work out very well. You know, now, now if they wanted to try to readapt the original cartoon with a, well, excuse me, princess, that would be hilarious. And even though we know it will be bad, it would still be fun to watch because it's meant to be cheesy and campy and, you know. So if they did a live action remake of that, I don't think people would complain because the original was never meant to be taken seriously. You know it's going to be bad, but you know you're going to enjoy watching it because you enjoyed watching the cartoon version. You know, so as long as they pretty much didn't change anything and it was almost a one for one, I don't think anyone have a problem with that. You know, just for some like cheesy nostalgia. But that's what these people are doing. It's like, remember how awesome Mulder and Scully were? Remember the sexual tension between them for like ages? Yeah, we're gonna do it again, but just diversified. You know, and they need to stop doing this crap. They just need to stop. No one's asking for X Files remake. No one's asking for a Lady and the Tramp remake. No one's asking for Aristocats remake. Just stop. Think of something original. Like the one person said, why not just make an entirely different series? Instead of like a Mulder and Scully, why not have him passing torch on, you know, to the new generation? No one would have a problem with that. No one would have a problem with that. You know, it's kind of like with the new Ghostbusters that came out. You know, it wasn't some remake. No, it was like passing the torch to a new generation of Ghostbusters. They were still kids, and it's basically the original Ghostbusters passing the torch on to them. You guys are the Ghostbusters now. You know, it's still in the same universe. It had the same characters, but it's a new generation. It's like, we're old. We've had our time. We can't keep busting ghosts anymore. It used to make us feel good, but now our backs you just start to give out. So you guys are the new Ghostbusters. Now busting should make you feel good. So it was a perfect thing. Um, and that's how remakes or whatever, you know, should be handled. But they're going to take Mulder and Scully, probably keep them named Mulder and Scully, and just diversify them. No one wants that. But you know, the people just need to stop this crap. No one's asking for it. Also, let's see. Before I go, um, oh yeah, there's this. This is the only home defense anyone will ever need. Um, basically, they were posting something about home defense. I said, this is the only home defense I'll ever need. Because it really is. But also, I've shown this before. Well, not this particular tweet. Oh, my dark lady Sylvanas. Aristocats. Interviewer. Why do you want this job? Me. I've always been passionate about being able to afford food. Said exactly. Such a stupid freaking question. I can't stand when employers ask it. I normally say, you know, I just really don't want to be homeless and I'd like to be able to pay my rent. And I honestly do just say that, you know, because that's a really stupid question. You know, a lot of there's some times where you'll have a low level, like an entry level job, like McDonald's or something. And they'll ask, why do you want this job? I mean, I'm not becoming the CEO of the company. I'm going to be, you know, at the register. So don't Don't ask me this question like it's some high-paying job and I'm gonna be walking around in a suit and tie and making six figures a year. No, I'm gonna be either flipping burgers or at the register. I want this job because it makes me money and I need money. You know, apparently these employers don't understand the fact. I mean, they want you to basically kiss their ass. Oh, I've always dreamt of working at a job that allows me to grow and blah, blah, blah. I heard that this place is amazing to work at. Everyone's so friendly, and that's what they want to hear. I just say, because I like living where I am and I don't want to be homeless. I like to be able to put food in my stomach. I like to be able to pay for the things I need, you know? Because apparently these people don't take into account that some people have families. There are mortgages, people have rent, people have car insurance, some people have car payments, uh, medical bills that need to be paid off, kids to pay for, a plethora of things that would make someone want a job. So I hate this question. That question and where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I just look at them and I say, not dead. Because again, they want to hear, oh, I see myself working for the company and I can't wait to flourish and grow here. I just not dead. And people were, you guys were, oh, you shouldn't say. Every time I've said these kinds of answers, I've gotten the job. Probably because they appreciate the humor. Or maybe they appreciate that I'm not kissing their ass by telling because I think they also make those questions to set people up to see who is legitimate and who's not. Because if you're going to sit there and say, oh, well, I've always dreamt of working, that person's fake. They're saying what you want to hear. And then the minute they get into that job, just complete switch and they're not even the same person anymore. So someone like me who comes in and says, they say, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Not dead. Or why do you want this job? Oh, because I always, I like the idea of being able to continue paying my rent. It's so there's a number of reasons why they probably ask that stupid question. One, they might want to hear, have their asses kissed. Two, they might be seeing who's willing to kiss their ass because they know it's those people who are not going to be such great, employees. Um, like I said, I've said this to them. I've gotten jobs because again, they probably appreciated the humor. So before anyone says, "Oh, you shouldn't say that," I've gotten jobs without those answers. I mean, again, I was working at Bojangles or interview at Bojangles, and the woman asked me what my favorite item on the menu was, which kind of a dumb question. And I told him that the biscuits, the blueberry, the biscuits. And I said, basically, it's like an orgasm in my mouth. Guess what? I got the job because she appreciated that humor because they really are just that freaking good. So I was like, it's basically an orgasm in my mouth. And if you have a Bojangles and you haven't tried those biscuits, you need to try those biscuits. Those blueberry biscuits with the, oh my God, with the on top, just, oh, gooey all over. No, I'm kidding. They really are good though. Actually, I want Bojangles now. Just those biscuits. And they're pretty big. They're like this freaking big. And they're really cheap and they're really good. But where do you see yourself in 5 years? Not dead. Why do you want this job? Because I like the idea of continuing to pay my rent and putting food in my stomach. Or sometimes I'll simply say, because I don't like the idea of being homeless. Short and simple, to the point. Actually, I guess that could be the question. I know it could be about the movies and all that, but what's the dumbest question you've ever been asked in an interview? Has it been one of these that I've mentioned, or was there another stupid question that someone asked you? Like, What are your political leanings? No. But yeah, let me know the dumbest question you've been asked in an interview. But yeah, remakes. Please stop. That's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.